Very good morning, class 10th students. This is our last lecture. This is my last lecture from a chapter that is our environment. And today I'm taking that topic, which is garbage disposal, right? It is also given under the heading that is waste as well as garbage disposal. I will discuss in today's topic. When we talk about waste, I'm not taking questions today. I will only explain this portion about the waste as well as how we can manage our garbage. The questions and the revision work we are going to start after this lecture, because now after this lecture we will be finished with our syllabus. So after that I'm going to take only exclusively all the important questions from different chapters, right? So here if we have to talk about waste can be of, generally they are of two major types, right? When we talk about the waste, there are two major type of materials which you observe in a garbage. One is known as biodegradable waste, and another waste is known as non biodegradable waste. Every one of us is having a very clear cut idea that what is biodegradable waste. Those substances which are broken down by biological processes, मतलब कि जिनके ऊपर microorganisms they can act, those are known as biodegradable waste. Or simply sometimes we also can write down the definition: substances which can be decomposed by action of microorganisms, right? This definition is also correct. So these are called our biodegradable waste. Non biodegradable, those substances which are not broken down by biological processes, or you can simply write down that those substances which are not decomposed by microorganisms, जिन पे microbes कोई action show नहीं करते हैं, those which cannot be change from complex to simple material by the action of bacteria, by the action of microorganism, those are called non biodegradable. So I think first definition is clear to each and everyone. So biodegradable, they are decomposed by action of fungi, they can be decomposed by action of bacteria, they can be decomposed by other living organism. But non biodegradable, they are not decomposed by microbes. So I have written it in the form of differences, so this will help you to understand two questions very in a very easy manner. One, the difference between biodegradable and non biodegradable, and second question, what is a biodegradable waste and what is a non biodegradable waste. Third difference between them is, now we are saying that biodegradable waste, it can be decomposed by microbes or other living organism. So when the decomposition is done during this process of decomposition by living organisms, temperature and sunlight, these two factors, they play very important role in decomposition of biodegradable substances. But there is no such effect of temperature and sunlight is not observed, because non biodegradable, they are not decomposed, right? They do not undergo decomposition process. So here the effect of temperature and sunlight is not going to be observed or does not matter much. Examples of biodegradable waste: कौन सा होता है बायोडिग्रेडेबल वेस्ट? जनरली ऑल द लिविंग वेस्ट, लाइक ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट, लाइक food waste, tree leaves, urine and fecal matter, sewage disposable, then agriculture residue, papers, wood, cow dung. These all are biodegradable waste. Fruit, vegetable peels, these all comes under category of biodegradable waste. All the chemical related things, like plastic, if I say plastic, polythene bags, right? Polythene bags, metals, synthetic fibers, metals, then synthetic fibers, then your radioactive waste, pesticides, insecticides, mercury, lead, aluminium. These all are examples of non biodegradable waste. DDT, dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane, this is also one of the non biodegradable pesticide. So differences, definition is clear to every one of you. Another point you can write down is, whenever we decompose biodegradable waste, it forms harmless and non-poisonous product, but no such action is possible in case of non-biodegradable waste, because they produce sometimes poisonous or toxic materials. Even when you burn them, they release toxic fumes. So biodegradable waste, after decomposition process, they release raw material. Suppose if any material is made up of carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, they are again added back to the soil or back to the nature. But are you adding chemicals again and again? No. If some suppose some chemical is made up of chlorine, that is not again you are getting the same chlorine. So they do not release raw materials. But yes, raw material होता है जो कि जिससे कोई चीज़ बनी हो, उसको raw material बोलते हैं. They add raw material back to the nature. Now, usually biodegradable waste is not harmful for the environment, but they also can pollute the environment when they are produced in higher quantity. Higher quantity means beyond the capacity of your environment to degrade them. If the capacity is more, what will happen? They only start accumulating, and when something get accumulating, it is definitely going to pollute the environment. Non biodegradable waste, so definitely they pollute the environment even if they are present in small quantity. Biomagnification, we discussed in our last lecture. Increase in concentration of chemicals, increase in concentration of chemicals when you move from one trophic level to another trophic level, right? This is your biomagnification, but biomagnification is not observed because it does not release any chemical in the environment, so it is not observed. Biomagnification occurs when waste, this non biodegradable, I should add here, what do you should add here, which kind of waste we are talking about here? Non biodegradable waste. If it start entering into your food chain, it will cause biomagnification. We took example of DDT in our last lecture, that if you are spraying DDT on the plant, then plant was eaten by deer, it was eaten by lion, and the maximum toxicity was observed in line. So biomagnification occurs when waste, non-biodegradable waste, enter into food chain. But biomagnification is not observed with the biodegradable waste. Last difference is recycling is possible. Definitely biodegradable ki recycling to possible is with naturally as well as through human efforts. Recycling of plastic, recycling of non-biodegradable products is also possible, but only through the human effort. Like sometimes we use plastic again and again, we reuse it, right? We reuse plastic bottles, we sometimes we reuse polythene bags. So recycling is possible, but only with the human efforts. Otherwise they will pollute the environment very badly, because they release high toxic fumes in the environment if you burn them. So these are the few differences between biodegradable and non-biodegradable. I have given you 9 points of differences as well as idea about biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste, more than sufficient to write. There are some common harmful effects of both, that is biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances. ऐसा नहीं है कि biodegradable इकट्ठा होते रहें तो they are always good for the environment. No, that is not the scenario. The waste is always should be in the degradable amount. Suppose if the waste is so much beyond the capacity of the environment, either it is any kind of waste, it is either it is biodegradable or non biodegradable, it destroys the natural beauty as well as our surroundings. They become dirty because of this waste. So waste destroy natural beauty of our environment. This is the first common point for harmful effect. Second, decomposition of waste, either it is biodegradable or it is non biodegradable, it results in production of very foul smell. Whenever there is their decomposition, it results in foul smell which starts spreading to the surrounding areas. Because we have written here decomposition, so it means we are talking about biodegradable waste, because only biodegradable waste is the one which undergoes decomposition process. Now third common point is these waste, they block the drain. Suppose polythene bags, there are lots of bags which are used by us, sometimes they clog the drains, and now when your drains are clogged, वो ही आपने ब्लॉक कर दिया है, then it will create pools of waste. The water will be start accumulating there. Your drain is blocked. Now water will start coming out from the drain, and if the water is accumulating at a place, it is a very beautiful place then for the mosquitoes. उनके लिए तो it is a perfect place. So when the drains they are blocked, it is a perfect place for mosquitoes. And you know, every one of us know that mosquitoes, they are not good. Mosquitoes are carriers of disease like malaria and dengue. Many people they call it dengue, but correct medical pronunciation is dengue. It is known as dengue. So three harmful effects of both biodegradable as well as non-biodegradable substances. The last portion in this chapter is garbage disposable. In the garbage disposal, we are going to talk about few methods. First, I will give you a picture of these important methods of waste disposable. That is incineration, then your landfillings and open dumpings, compositing, then recycling and reuse. What are the different methods through which you can dispose your garbage? Industrialization, you know that these days industries are increasing in the number, so more industries means more garbage, so that is a creating a problem because your garbage is getting accumulated. So garbage disposable is the main concern these days in the cities, in the urban areas. But disposal of waste, it should be done in a very planned way, in a very scientific manner. So we are going to talk about few specific methods, modes of waste disposal. First is incineration. Incineration is burning of waste. बर्न तो ठीक है, but on a very high temperature. That is your main point, you have to concentrate. Burning of waste on very high temperature. अब जब आप किसी waste को when you are burning it, then it is forming high ash, right? It is forming ash. जो बचा हुआ मटेरियल होता है उसको हम बोलते हैं, बर्न करने के बाद जो बचता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड ऐश. एंड द प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड incineration. The burning of waste on high temperature to form ash, it is called incineration. When I say ash, the first thing which is coming in our mind is why we need this ash. It is very important. Suppose we are using 1 ton of waste. It is going to this energy plant, which is or it is known as incinerator, which is a plant which is used to in which the waste is burnt at a high temperature. Now when this waste is burnt, metals can be extracted from this ash. This ash is very very important. Metals can be taken out. Then bottom ash, फिर भी जो बची ash है, it again recycled and used in the construction industry. So you can use it in the steel industry. Ash can be used in the steel industry as well as it will used in the other construction industries. Then heat which is produced, it is used for the households. Heat also used to produce electrical energy. So this is not a waste. This is very very helpful for us. So burning of waste, so आपका waste भी burn हो गया as well as we got ash which is used in various areas. It is used in steel industry, it can be used in construction industry, can be used for the producing electricity. Now process कहाँ पे, this process is carried out in the incinerator. That is the correct spelling of incinerator, right? Process is incineration and it is used to destroy household garbage, chemicals as well as biological waste. 3 kinds of waste can be disposed by incineration process: household, as chemical as well as biological waste. So first mode of waste disposable is incineration, burning of waste on high temperature. So second method is open dumping. Open dumping is a conventional method to just in any area of the town the solid waste is dumped. As you can see, any area of the town, and it causes lot of pollution, sometime lot of pollution. So this is open dumping. The most common waste is that you select any common area and there dump the garbage. Landfillings, here waste are dumped in usually low lying areas. Sometimes they make a place like this and then they dump the garbage in this particular area and then they compacted का मतलब होता है इसको इकट्ठा करते रहना. They are compacted with the help of bulldozers, right? So here you can see in this picture that this area, this outside area of the town is selected for the garbage disposable, and all the waste is dumped in this particular area. Now sometimes students ask me that what is the difference between landfillings and open dumping. Open dumping is you just select any area and then dump the here. Landfilling is the properly usually sometime out of the town, out from the town, and in the low lying areas in which they keep on adding waste with the help of bulldozer. They are usually from outside the city. Now compositing means composite usually हम करते हैं compost बनाना, खाद बनाना. Organic waste, they are filled into a pit that usually of this length, that is 2 into 1 into 1, and then it is a covered. Now it can be your grass, it can be food, it can be leaves, it can be kitchen, it can be from garden. So it is a natural way to form the manure. You just put a dig a pit and put all your garbage, household garbage, into this, and then cover it with the thin layer of soil. After about 3 months, the same garbage will be now changed into manure. So this is a very good method to convert naturally garbage into manure, but you can use only the decomposed material here. Non-decomposed material will not change into manure. The fifth method is recycling. Best method, that solid waste, the waste which cannot be decomposed, that but it should be broken down into simple materials, and then that material can be used to make new items. Non-biodegradable waste like plastic, metals, they can be recycled again and again. Reuse, you can use an item again and again in a creative manner or in your productive way. So paper we can use for making envelopes. So this is one of the example of reuse, right? So these are our method of disposal: garbage disposal, incineration, open dumpings, landfillings, compositing, and recycling and reuse. So that is all about our this chapter, that is our environment. And after this, now we are going to start with our revision part. So after this, we are going to start with full energy revision, so that every single question we can cover in our revision.